Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians Cast, episode 354. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Brian. What's up, Brian? What's up, Brian?
I don't know if Brian can hear us.
Gloria?
Hello.
Louie?
Hello.
Mike D?
Hey guys.
Jimmy Porter?
Hello.
Tim?
What's up?
And Bill?
I'll be polite.
Okay, so now I'm going to show a screen share of today's pictures. Okay? The main picture I want to talk about is, tell me if you can see it. There's a weeping angel in a box.
Baby weeping angel.
Baby and you, yeah. The seraph.
I don't know. Well, it looks like it's doing something, but it ain't weeping.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like it's curled up like a cat.
It looks like it's going to glasses soon.
Why is there graves of, if they're in different cemeteries in different parts of the world? Why are
This could
they?
be all fake. I mean, those could be just shots from snowmen. You know,
Well,
They could just be pictures of props.
and Ellie's is in Lancashire.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a little difficulty with my mic.
Okay.
I hear you too, Kitty.
Yeah, he's looking at something out the window. I don't know what it is.
That angel in a box with the scary bubble wrap is could have been just shot anywhere. That doesn't mean that was on the set today.
Sometimes an angel in a box is just an angel in a box, right?
Yeah,
It's just not a
that's what I'm
weeping
saying.
angel.
Like,
We don't even know if that's from Doctor Who production or someone just took a photo and said, hey,
exactly. There's a lot of people putting up a bunch of fake stuff, like fake scripts and stuff. So I mean,
Could that not be part of like a fake graveyard or cemetery scene where they're just gonna like stick that on top of a tombstone to give it more of a gothic look?
Yeah, maybe. I was thinking the same thing, that if it's not a baby weeping angel, it could be just part of a tombstone.
well, I just think it's funny. It's in a box full of bubble wrap and that other stuff. The
Yeah. Peanuts, packaging.
popcorn. Yeah.
Well,
So
We do know that they reuse their props in the Doctor Who props department.
Okay. The South Wales Evening Post reports that Doctor Who was filming among the headstones of the Lanali District Cemetery.
I just don't understand why we're revisiting, if that was the case, Amy and Rory.
we don't know that yet.
Yeah, but why would they put that out there? Is it on any of the sites?
We don't know that that's real. I mean, you've got screenshots from episodes like Angels Take Manhattan or The Snowmen that have pictures of gravestones. That could just be what that is. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually filming that in that particular graveyard. So, I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I'm just saying we don't know that you're going to see all those. We don't know the context of the story at this point. So, who knows? It's better not to know, really, isn't it?
Yeah, why ruin the surprise?
Right. Now, Gloria, you can't even talk about the theory, right? Because they're not all here.
I don't even have the strength. I don't even have the strength right now, but either Brian or Louie might be able to. They were there when we were well, if they,
Probably.
Oh, hi. Well, we probably could, but
Chris was the
we
best.
just start off from if we just start out clearly and from the beginning, because it was literally like, Gloria, how long were we there for? Just
Oh man, we
mind
wish we would have recorded it because it was just an off-air discussion, and it blossomed into a really cool theory and all that. But there was so much.
It was just for fun.
Yeah. How did it start? What were we talking about at first? The tombstones, right?
Yeah.
And then about the animals and the Cybermen and stuff.
The angel.
Basically, I think what he was trying to say, Chris was saying about that if Gallifrey is trying to get him to become the Valiard, the one angel that took Amy and Rory sent them back. The one that survived the paradox and sent them back probably saw the Doctor's reaction to losing them and decided he wanted to, or they want to, yeah, like cause him so much pain and anger that it causes him to turn into the Valeyard, and that way. And also about Gallifrey, and Gallifrey's behind it on that the Silex, or Silex, Cybermen and the Weeping Angels are teaming together to do it, and if they get him to become the Valeyard and is at the trial and all that he'd have to find Gallifrey again, and that maybe the Time Lords are actually behind it.
The only problem with that theory is that the Valeyard would wipe them all out.
Yeah.
Well, why would they want?
Well, we were saying that the Master would be on Gallifrey, and at the end of The Nightmare in Silver there was like the little cyber thing in space. We were saying like if like most of his companions that had died, they could find out where their graves were from that, because Mr. Clever, he had loads of information downloaded.
The only thing I could say is that the Master not necessarily is on Gallifrey.
Yeah, there's a couple of problems with this. I mean, first, yeah, they would
not doing it exactly how Chris said it, so it was better understandable with him more.
They would definitely never.
It's not.
Hold on.
Let him finish. What was it?
Let Phil talk.
There's two major problems. For one, none of these groups that you've mentioned would ever willingly unleash the Valeyard anyway, because if they don't like the Doctor, at least the Doctor has restraint. The Valeyard would kill them for fun.
Yeah, even the great intelligence.
Now, here's the next problem. The Doctor cannot become the Valeyard. This is what everybody conveniently all the time. The Valeyard is a separate entity who was basically, in some unexplained way, grown from the dark sides of the Doctor. The Valeyard may or may not be out there, but they are actually separate entities.
Yeah. That's the one thing I saw that was a little different about the theory. I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. But all the other stuff, all the other points he made in it, like some of the other points that I haven't even mentioned yet, really made sense about the what was it? Really see if we can remember. About
the Doctor, the Splinter.
What if Stephen is wanting to add to the mystique of the Weeping Angels, letting us find out a little more about their history and how they began? And what if the ones that they kill, or at least maybe not all the ones they were the cause of their deaths, but some of the past companions have become Weeping Angels? He elaborated on about how on the fires of Pompeii, the people that returned the stone, do they become Weeping Angels? And then we were talking about how when Clara jumped into the Doctor's time stream, she was splintered throughout time, and Dr. Senian too. And what happened when the Doctor, when he jumped in there? Was he splintered? And if so, would each of those echoes of the Doctor be able to regenerate also?
Okay, hold on.
That's why we see the other Doctors, Peter.
There he is.
Yeah. Chris! Okay. Yay! Explain the theory, Chris.
Explain.
You did it better than the rest of us.
Explain.
Can he even hear?
You're on mute, Chris.
Chris, you there?
I'm mute.
Well, until he talks.
Well, the Doctor wouldn't be Splinter because his
There he is.
There he is.
Sorry about that.
Oh, Chris, explain the theory that we were talking about earlier, because I can't do it justice like you did.
Oh, hold on. Let me get those notes.
Okay. Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, don't get mad if
We're gonna do it.
Don't get mad if I shoot some of it down. So
No.
I understand. I completely I've been trying to find a way to see if if it's really possible. I was thinking through it the whole time since then, and I don't. There are things that make it
first
not
of all,
Well, you can get mad at me
before
if you want to, because it sounds like 100% Fenwick to me.
Yeah.
Could it while he's getting the notes together, is there a possibility maybe that there's a small contingent of Weeping Angels that have something worked out with the Cybermen to where they're pulling people back and
Yeah.
throwing them through
That's
this
that was
portal,
one of the things we said.
That's
and
what
the Cybermen have like their part of the deal is they're converting them into Cybermen to replenish their army.
Yeah,
That was one of the things that
That
we
was-
said.
one of the things we talked about.
because we were saying like all the time energy.
So what have you guys said already? Because I don't think there would be a point in me going over
Just-
the whole
just
thing.
start the whole
Say it again.
Okay.
And that the time energy. You do it,
all
Chris.
right.
Well, a lot of this was just speculation. So I don't think any of us are expecting this to definitely be the story, but it was just kind of ideas that we were throwing out, and this came from those pictures. I don't know the gravestones. If you guys talked about this already.
Yeah.
And we were just throwing ideas around, and one of them was, since they all seem to be like either related to companions or of companions themselves, I just got this idea in my head that if there was that weeping angel there, if they were going to do something else with them at this point, wouldn't it be weird if somehow the weeping angels were turning the companions into other weeping angels, if they introduced something like that?
So all the Weeping Angels are actually companions?
Not all of them. Just like, let's say that their species was so on like the decline right now that they were trying to find ways of replenishing their population, and one of the ways they needed this was they would need like a massive amount of time energy or something. And one of the ways that they could do this was they saw how the Doctor reacted to when Amy and Rory died, or quote unquote died, got sent back in time, however you want to say that. And they did this again with Clara, just to make him like really angry and really like, because he's, they said he was going to be the Beast and he was going to be a darker Doctor, from all the stuff we're hearing. So wouldn't it be interesting if they somehow made him, kind of manipulated him into doing something like bringing Gallifrey back, where they could somehow, if that made a massive amount of time energy or something, or they took the energy from Gallifrey itself, they could have all of this time energy and they could replenish their species or last forever. And one of the ways that they could also do this was if they're working with the Cybermen, who have been shown to be in this season. What if, because there was that one Cyberman part at the end of Nightmare in Silver that was still active, that never got brought back. I thought that's what was going to happen during the Christmas special, but those were just other Cybermen. What if that was Mr. Clever, and he had all the memories from being in the 11th Doctor's head and saying, well, what if we help the Weeping Angels? We get the Time Lord's technology, they get the time energy, which we don't have any use for, and they work out some sort of alliance like that.
Right.
I know that it sounds far-fetched, and I'm not expecting it to happen.
Well, you got to give us a chance, because you're talking about like 17 chapters, and I got to try to remember each one to like.
It's intricately laid out, but I don't see the TV show and Moffat wanting to bog people down with having to keep up and make notes with all.
Is that the Weeping Angels of old are part of the Gallifreyan Council with the Time Lords to vote. Now, I don't know if the Weeping Angels of old are related to the Weeping Angels of new.
Joe, where are you getting that?
End of time.
Okay, in the end of time, I get what you're saying there, but the only thing there is Rassilon, what he said suggests what was kind of a given, that the Time Lords are aware of the Weeping Angels.
No. What Rassilon said was they were voting to see if they're going to Earth. And there was 2 races that were allowed to vote that are not Gallifreyans. The Weeping Angels of old and some other race. And the Weeping Angels of old and the other race voted against going to Earth.
Hold on, Joe. It looked to me like a vote of the High Council, and he said that the 2 that voted against
was the Weeping Angels of old.
No, that they should hold their heads in shame like the Weeping Angels of old.
Yeah.
It was a comparison.
It was the parents that were holding their heads.
Yeah, and it was a comparison to the angels. He never said that the angels had counsel.
No. The weeping angels of old is not connected with our weeping angels. But I'm saying that the weeping angels of old, they do this stuff like this, like the doctor's mother, if that's what it was. For whatever reason, they're doing it. I don't know. But there is, watch the part where Rassilon says that. He's not talking about our weeping angels. He's talking about the weeping angels of old, meaning a different type of weeping angels. They're part of the council to vote.
Like the predecessors.
But
yes.
In all honesty, though, I mean, somebody had an angel in a box delivered to their house today and took a picture of it, and everybody's assuming that's on the set of Doctor Who. I mean, we've seen no indication that the angels are back at all. So, I mean, you know, this a lot of people
are said he's giving it a break for a year.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing to do with them really anymore. They're kind of played out. I mean, all I'm saying is that there's no indication that that picture was taken on the set of Doctor Who, that somebody took a picture of an angel in a box with some bubble
it's
wrap.
only on one site in that Doctor TV case, and on Digital Spy or anything else yet. So that's not confirmed.
Similarly, a lot of those
headstones too
were taken from the actual episode, the Snowmen and Asylum, you know, or what is it? No, not Asylum. The Angels Take Manhattan. I mean, you might say, I'm not sure 100%, but it looks like they just took those screenshots from the episodes.
But another problem is that they're different cemeteries in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
New York.
Yeah, but I mean,
New York.
Well, they're filming the same cemetery they filmed Angels Take Manhattan in, which is
but Amy and Rory's tombstone would not be in the same tombstone as Clara's mother.
Right.
Right.
Clara's from London. They were buried in New York, apparently. So.
Just because they're filming in the same cemetery doesn't mean it's going to be the same cemetery as Angels Take Manhattan.
Yeah, he could go to different ones, like maybe whatever's happening, he's going to all the ones to check on them and just all the different time periods and the actual cemeteries of all the different places that are each buried. I mean, he's been to every one of them. He's been to Clara's mother's, Rings of Akapan. He's been to Clara's, Victorian Clara's, because he was at the funeral, and then Rory. So he knows where they are and all that. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just surprised we didn't see any Riversong pictures.
She's probably not in season 8.
I don't think she's coming back for this season.
Yeah, if she is, it would be probably 9 or maybe.
What do you have to say, Mr. Shannon?
I got a big meeting. I'm going to pitch my...
Well, yeah, on my end, I kind of been staying away from anything really spoilery. I mean, I've been seeing the pictures and all. It's hard to make out what's going on. I can't wait till we're seeing the episodes.
Yeah.
Then we can discuss what's really going on.
August 23rd.
And we get more clues about what's going on.
Yeah, because it could be anything at any time, you know, zombies, the Master, whatever. You know, it's hard to say. I just can't wait till we're seeing it. Then it'll be exciting time for us to do many podcasts discussing Capaldi's new episodes. That'll be cool.
I agree that there needs to be more clarity with the Weeping Angels, where they came from. But the Weeping Angels of old was supposed to be a separate race, I think.
Yeah.
That's why he said Weeping Angels of old. And my big point was that they were allowed to vote on the council, even though they're not Time Lords.
Isn't the whole story of the Weeping Angels, though, aren't they supposed to be as old as the universe?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Time of Angels.
They said
right.
Flesh and Stone.
It was already established that they're an old race, and even if you look in the TARDIS data core, you look anywhere, there is nothing that says that they ever came from Gallifrey or had a vote there.
Right. I didn't say they were from Gallifrey, but for some reason...
I think what he meant by the Weeping Angels of old was he was talking about the same Weeping Angels, but they're so old. This species is so... It comes back from the beginning of the universe, maybe like even after the Big Bang, as soon as that happened, maybe they developed that... I think to the Time Lords, they were already a race that was millions, billions of years old. If that's what if I'm getting it right.
I'll tell you what would be kind of interesting would be seeing like what the Master would do with the Weeping Angels, working in cahoots with one another, because that would be quite but it's pretty formidable.
I get the idea that they don't work with anybody, though. They're just their own
Well,
thing.
that's what I meant. Like, that was my first question. I was trying to kind of think it through, but, I was thinking of the Master, and I was like, wow, that'd be kind of cool if they had somebody doing that. What the hell's all that banging around?
That's my cat.
I think the angels would do to him exactly like they do to everybody.
Oh yeah, probably.
Grab the Master and pull him back.
We still have more pictures. We still have more pictures that we have to get this week. So I'm expecting some.
If you got a secret, spill it. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
You've been teasing for like 3 days now. I mean, my secret sources are going to tell me, oh, there's going to be a... Go ahead, spill it.
Come on. Tell us, you talk to Stephen Moffat, you can't fool us. Come on.
No, not at all. Not at all. I just want to see the money shot picture. The big, big picture. The people are like, that's the picture.
Well, I think it's funny that
What was that? What's that,
now, all of a sudden we're, for months now they've been filming and we've seen very little except when Stephen Price happens to be there and he gets a couple of shots of Capaldi or Coleman. But I mean, you get my point though. Like, there's been very little, and now all of a sudden there's a whole bunch.
Yeah, and it all seems to be from the last episode of the season.
And you think you have to wonder if it's just part of the
they
marketing
didn't even
strategy.
film the
Like,
11th
come in
one yet.
pictures now.
Or the 10th. They didn't film the 10 or 11 yet, or the Christmas special.
Right.
All right. So the only thing we could say is we could speculate till like series
How
1.
come home.
But I think we need some more pictures before we could really, really speculate.
What do you guys think about the new writer, the writer of the episode? It was released. The name of the
I have
writer.
no opinion about that. Really.
I just want the Master to come back, and Charles Dance to be the Master. I just want that.
We can hope.
I want Neil Gaiman back, but without his freaking role. That's what I want. I want a script on the caliber of Doctor's wife.
Brian's been telling us he's been getting caught up on the Delgado Master episodes from the Pertwee era, and he's really liking them.
Oh.
Yes, I am.
As you can tell from his exuberance.
I think he might be my top favorite Master.
I think.
I really like Eric Roberts, but he's not my favorite of the Masters. No.
I want to see John Singer Jr.
It'd be nice if they showed that.
Probably won't though. I'll probably go right if they were to bring back the Master, they'll probably bring like a fresh, new person as the Master.
That's the way they should do it. You don't need to see somebody regenerate just to understand that. Yeah, that was then. This is now, or maybe before. We don't know when how many Masters there are before him, or before the other guys. So
yeah, there may be a big reveal where there's like this mystery character, and he just ends up blasting somebody with the tissue compression eliminator at the end of it, and you're like, oh, okay, I know who this is.
We saw that coming. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, all of a sudden, Derek Jacobi was the Master. We had no idea. I mean, there was no way of knowing. That was cool. I mean, all of a sudden, boom. And it's too bad they didn't keep him for a minute, because then he turned into Sim real quick, and that was it. So
that was my favorite three-parter, and the only three-parter I know.
I love that it gave us more information about the chameleon art. With the way it was, how he was found on, I was infant on the.
I still don't understand why the Master said I had set traps for you, and only one trap was sprung, and that being the Lazarus experiment. So what were the other traps?
Yeah.
It could just be a throwaway line, just like when they talk about the terrible Zodin, who we've never seen. In the Five Doctors, just a toss-away line.
And then we got Unit Do they turn large or do they not?
Nope.
They're becoming more darker.
Well, now that they have that whole stock room of alien technology, who knows?
We think Michael Shannon.
So I
Bless
definitely
you.
never will go with Unit is bad at all. Dude. I think they're all good.
Okay. How about you, Monk? You two think I have a turn unit? Like, darker or bad?
I don't think Unit becomes bad. They might make bad decisions, but I don't think that Unit itself will be bad.
What about you, Bill?
Sorry, I got distracted with a message I was sent by my brother. Run that by me again.
Do you think unit could ever switch sides and be like dark or evil or?
Oh, well, it's entirely possible. Any group, I don't think it would be all of Unit, but any type of group like that can easily have, I guess you could call them shadow government groups in it.
I
And
mean,
help. And look at Torchwood. The kind, happy Torchwood that we see with John Barrowman is technically rogue. So, you know, any group can have rogues in it. Absolutely. Whether the rogue is, you know, a protagonist or an antagonist depends on a lot of things. But I think it's possible.
Let's see Unit get compromised, and they have to call in Captain Yates and Sergeant Benton one last time to straighten them out.
I think.
Well, I mean, they have the technology, like we've been saying, like where they blocked the TARDIS from landing and stuff, and
Well, yeah, we already saw rogue elements of Unit in the Sarah Jane Adventures. The one chick officer, tried to kill the Doctor.
Oh, yes.
So,
peripheral sketching us on Unit's part.
Yeah, what Bill was saying is that you could have like a shadow organization within Unit that's undermining whatever they're trying to do. And yet, at the end of the day, the Doctor's never agreed 100% with Unit. He's worked with them when he was forced to, but he's never been like really happy being there. Like he doesn't want to be part of a military organization. He's above all that, or so he thinks. So,
Yeah, it's like about the letters, the blue envelopes. He gave them numbers, and of course he trusts himself more than anybody. And so I don't think he would put a lot of trust in Unit because he knows what he has to do, and they of course would think that they should give him advice of what to do, but he is know more than they are, so he doesn't need their advice or trust them as much as they would want him to. And plus, why should he? Because what if they did turn on him?
Right.
In other words, they're uneasy allies. They always have been, but they're never like 100%.
Yeah, it's kind of shadowy, yeah.
I mean, when Brigadier was the head of the unit, it wasn't like the way it is now.
Well, no, it's the same thing. But remember that the Third Doctor was always arguing with him, wasn't he?
Yep.
He never agreed with the Brigadier on anything. That was the whole point. Was he was stuck there, so you had to put up with the Brigadier.
Well, and not only that, but he was quite he held quite some animosity towards him after the Silurian adventure in the Pertwee era. So
tomorrow, Gloria, Chris, and Louie, I'm gonna really go head to head with your theory. I'm gonna do a podcast on your theory, and I'm gonna be more awake to really go into it.
Sounds good.
Dig deep into it. So I'm like a zombie now.
We would have to do it with Chris and Brian and Louie because those are the ones that we were all talking and it started out as just talking offline.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
we'll do that tomorrow afternoon.
Even I brought up something
there was even more to it than what he just said.
Right.
What he tried to explain because it was a whole bunch of other stuff added to it to make it more possible.
What we're going to do is you're going to bring it up in parts so I could comment on it without, talking for a half hour and then me trying to remember everything. So we may be multiple podcasts. I don't know yet, or maybe a weekend. I don't know yet. I'll attempt it tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe.
I was just gonna say, even I brought up something that was made an interesting theory and point to like we were discussing earlier. So
I have an idea. So we'll have Brian, Chris, Gloria, and Louie, and one person with me.
Okay.
Okay, and then we could also just have me and a different person with them, with their opinion, trying to,
All
go
right.
in and handle it. All right.
Okay.
I'm all about it anyway.
Besides the podcast about the massive pictures that we're going to get, possibly. So.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. And don't forget, they didn't film the episode before this, the 10 and 11. So we still got that to see what's about.
Oh, 11 and 12 are being filmed at the same time, so because they're the same director and it's the same block, yeah. So you don't know, I mean, really what they're actually filming for which one. So.
All right, guys. Good night. I'm gonna go to sleep. Take care. Bye for now.